This presentation is about the planning and creating of a workable school library budget. The school library requires adequate funding to establish and renew the library collection. Funds for the library are typically composed of categorical funds from the state. These funds are restricted to certain uses and/or to serve certain groups of students, for example, English language learners. General funds are another source for school libraries, and these are unrestricted funds that are allocated to districts, then to school sites, and then at the discretion of the school site council and the administration, allocated for programs at the site. Both categorical and general funds come from both the federal government as well as the state. It is even more important today to engage in advocacy activities promoting the school library because funding formulas for state funds have changed dramatically. On July 1st, 2013, Governor Jerry Brown signed into law the new local control funding formula known as LCFF, which significantly changes how California funds its K-12 schools and gives school districts more authority over how the money will be spent. Therefore, schools have more freedom to spend on their libraries, but without the understanding as to why they should, the monies could easily go elsewhere. If you're interested in finding out more about this new legislation, including the level of funding, there are two links on the slide that will give you a great deal of information. A general rule of thumb for the typical school library collection number is 10 books per student, with 28 being the high target in the California Model School Library Standards that were adopted by the California State Board of Education in 2010. The materials that are counted should be relevant and updated resources to provide a balanced collection for all ages and abilities. Approximately 60% of a typical school library collection should be nonfiction materials that support the curriculum. There should also be materials for leisure and free reading that would include popular fiction, music, audiobooks, and magazines. Students need access to electronic information resources that also support the curriculum and their interests. This should include internet access, full-text database subscriptions, and instruction-related software. An automated library catalog system should be in place, and vendors require an annual technical support fee that needs to be built into the school library budget. The budget plan should include an allocation for new books, periodicals, and non-print materials, an allocation for library supplies, and electronic subscription fees. Library facilities also need regular attention to assure they are functional and safe. And note that typically the library staff is included in the general staff budget for the school site. Finally, here is a chart with guidelines as to the percentage of resources by category that should be found in a quality school library. Think of it as just a guide to the volume of materials you would find in a typical school library collection.